Don't worry, I'll lead you through it. As Jeff is pouring his beer all week, me and this man have been hanging out. If he looks like he hasn't done laundry in like 4 days, it's because he hasn't. He's been hanging out with me in San Diego because, work requires what work requires.
Look at this, though. You gotta respect the share.
Dude, the devil. So is that like a devil share tank top, or did you cut them?
No, I cut the sleeves.
All right, what is the trick? Because every time I cut them, I look like. Never mind.
No, it was. I asked my wife. I said, "Honey, come make me look hardcore." And she comes down and she cuts the sleeves, and then I put it on, and then I go play hockey. Yeah, I go play.
I mean, it accentuates the tattoos.
I go bench press in my jeans, dude. If you're not bench pressing in your jeans, are you really hardcore?
Only the most badass bitch press in their skinny jeans.
Dude, I live in Calexico, California. We were talking about it. It's 150,000 degrees. Of course I need a short sleeve, dude.
I'm so sorry.
Dude, I can't even hold on to the bar if I leave it outside. Like, I got all home alone.
I'm curious because, you lived here in San Diego for a long time before family stuff moved you out to Calexico. What is like your biggest culture shock between living here by the coast and then going out to God's desert?
Dude, the lack of breweries for sure. It's that, if anything's going to hit me, it's not the fact that I'm going from 70-degree weather to 170-degree. It's not the fact that it's it's a slower town, right? It's a slower town. We have one Applebee's that's popping, and that's about it.
We have Applebee's and no Cracker Barrel, or you have to go to Arizona for that?
Dude, Cracker Barrel, nobody even knows what that is, dude. No one. I said it once, and everyone thought it was like a slur. I was like, whoa, no.
What did you call me?
No. Then those don't even exist. How do you know that? There's none of them here. No, the culture shock was the change of pace. It was a change of pace. But luckily, Calexico, for anybody listening that knows where that's at, so similar to San Isidro, what San Isidro is to Tijuana, Calexico is to Mexicali. So I live in Calexico, and then there's Mexicali. How clever. But it actually is the capital of Baja California, and so it's a big industrial city that's getting really, really into craft beer. Most people don't know this. But Mexicali has more award-winning breweries per capita than anywhere else.
Well, and you would know this because I just watched your social media. You were down there just a couple weekends ago. You were hanging out with our friends from Windland and all the other guys out there.
Transpeninsular. So shout out to Colin. Transpeninsular really treated us well. Ensenada was the number one, right? The Ensenada Beer Festival was just like, it was the place to be and go to, and it still is for a lot of people. But the frontiers like TJ and Mexicali, they've really started to expand their craft beer projects and operations, and there's this cross-pollination here in San Diego, so it's great.
Dude, you have inspired me because there's so much cross-pollination going on. There's such beer history in Mexico as a whole. If you consider how many of the Mexican lagers that were developed down there because of fleeing Germans, right. You have that coming in from San Diego's hop culture. You got those all mixed together with a population that is now experiencing a craft beer boom similar to what we had a few decades ago.
And they're great. And the brewers are thirsty for knowledge, whatever, and they're coming over here to San Diego, learning what they need to learn, and taking it back and adding their own flair. It's almost like if you went to a restaurant and it was a Mexican fusion restaurant, you'd pick up on a little bit of the Mexican traditional food with a flair, right? That's the whole point of the fusion. You go down there and you also get some of those beers where they've been taking a little bit of what we're doing and making it their own, and honestly, we're now trying to do that too. Every time that we collaborate with guys and girls down there, it's like, this is a San Diego-centric beer, and now we're using a little bit of the Mexican kind of ideas, and it's great.
That's the fuel that gives me all the fire right there, because I think when we start collaborating and we start bringing in different sides and different opinions and different backgrounds, if we could have more between San Diego and Mexico just meeting right in the middle, God, we could make some fantastic beers.
And not only that, dude, we can go above that. It's almost like ping pong politics or whatever. It's like, when you got two countries that are going to be that have a common interest, and that common interest is something that's fun, like either a game or a commodity like beer, there's a different vibe. It's still political because you're it's a synergistic handshake between two countries, but you're also just drinking beer and having a good time.
You got to remember that politicalness is all made up of people. and people get together, they have a couple of beers, they exchange ideas, and I think as long as we're cordial about it, everybody winds up better for it.
Yeah. And listen, it's not to say that I haven't found any breweries down there, all right? Calexico Brewing is down there. My one of my best friends has a brewery called Meshka Brewing Company, and there's a JBF award-winning brewery down there, Humble Farmer in Hopeville. So, look, man, people are doing great things everywhere that you can probably pass through, but I am ready to come back.
Ooh, are you ready for this last beer? Because we're coming up on time. We got way too chatty before.
Oh, did we? Yeah.
Intro music's already playing. I hope you're ready.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Dude, grunion, baby. Why?
Now here we go. As we start Friday, no lie. If you've seen the YouTube, Jeff and I have already been enjoying a little bit of this beer as we wrap up a Friday. As Jeff from Ballast Point joins me as we wrap up this work week, and I love this. I don't know. First of all, thank you for a great week.
Thank you, my friend.
I don't know when this beer Grunion came into the picture, but it has been one of my perennial favorites of Ballast Point, next to Sculpin.
I try to bring this beer along everywhere I go, and because it's a fantastic beer. There's no doubt about it. 2, it has fantastic artwork. So again, for those of you that can't see it, it's just like a painting of the Grunion Run, which is a very Southern California, Northern Baja California kind of thing. And the Grunions all come up to the coast, and they frolic or whatever. And
we all know what the Grunion do when they're up on the coast.
Yeah. And so the biggest thing about this beer that I love, not only that it won a gold medal at the JBF, whatever, it's that it has a story that's mirrored by the Ballast Point story. It started as a homebrew recipe. There was an internal competition at Ballast Point, and the agreement was whoever won, that beer was going to get scaled up. Doug won this homebrew competition, and it got scaled. We loved it, so we brewed it again, and then guess what? Everybody else loved it. And so it won medals, and we have it around, and we call it a West Coast Pale Ale, but if you drink it, it's an IPA, but I think it's San Diego and Southern California and the West Coast way of flexing a little bit, saying, "Oh yeah, what you thought was an IPA, that's our pale ale."
I mean, I could be wrong, but is this this is kind of one of the first examples of like a West Coast pale ale on a mass scale?
Yeah,
like
it was.
Before this beer came out, like home brewers were doing it. You had some small brewers doing it, but like when Grunion came out, it was like, this is what a really hoppy West Coast pale tastes like, as opposed to a IPA.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. And one of the nice things about it, it's right at the cusp of Mosaic really taking off, right? Because this was an all Mosaic beer, and so when Doug developed it, Mosaic was already starting to start its popularity ride. It was starting to grow, and he just showcased it in the best way possible, and people fell in love with it. And then other brewers in the community caught on, and it just became one of the best beers that not only we make, but I think it's one of the best beers in town.
Well, you know what? I won't lie to that, because this really blueprinted what you could do with Mosaic. And that is one thing I'll always remember Grunion for. So cheers to you, my friend.
Cheers, man. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks for hanging out and sharing your knowledge. I know yesterday we played some Smashing Pumpkins for Steve-O at 3 Punk Ales. And we're going to play some Stone Temple Pilots for you, right?
Let's go. It's Friday. Cruise into it. This is a perfect cruise into the weekend beer. And I just this last time that they were in San Diego, they just blew my mind. So let's play some Stone Temple.
Let's do it. Well, there it is. We are done. We are locked out. It is Friday, and I look forward to hanging out with Tank Top over here. We're gonna enjoy the rest of these beers. Next week, I've got my friends from Epic who are coming in. If you really enjoy those Germanic style lagers, those well, I mean, you're going to have to tune in. You can either look back in the channel and find out things they've done in the past, or you can tune in next week and see exactly what they're doing in the future.